and the other side of the elite side of this competition, because it's not all about the big names. It's about those that just get out there and complete this course. And that brings me to a very special guest that I'm excited to have here on the evening stage, Mike Kranenburg. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Mike, well, let me just back up a second and say the 11 Cities is a very special race. And every year you come back, there's always those people that you say, you know, it just wouldn't be the same if you weren't here. And I think one of those is the man sitting next to me, because Mike has a very long and a very special history with this event. He's not the Bruno Hasulios or the Bartjes Warts that set the crazy records, but he's here every single year, and he actually has set a couple of his own records that we'll get into in a moment. But Mike has done this, I believe this is your 11th time doing the 11 City Tour, which is, I mean, just absolutely bonkers. But Mike, for starters, firstly, hold the mic a bit closer. Secondly, welcome to the evening stage.
Thanks.
And thirdly, tell us, you've had a very special motivation, a very emotional motivation for doing this in the past. Give us a little bit of your history about your involvement in this event.
7 years ago, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and that for me was the reason to pedal more and more and going bigger and bigger. And from that point on, I started pedaling the 11 City for her and to raise money for cancer. And that's where the whole madness started. And I came back every year, and every year I had a new goal, and I thought I can do better, bigger, everything to make her more proud, more to make the event more special. And the people from the event helped out as well to make it special for her. And this year I was not planning to come, but Mistral says, yeah, hey dude, the event is not the same without you. So like a week and a half ago, I heard that I was here, and I'm here.
Now, what was the first year you did the 11 Cities? Do you remember?
I remember still very well, actually. It was in 2009. I did the last day stage, and friends of mine, they had a challenge, and they were like, okay, I challenge you to come. And I was really literally coming over there and never seen a pedal board. I never holded a pedal, and they were like, okay, this is your board, this is your pedal. You have to go back to Leeuwarden. And I was like, how? And after 27K, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do this next year again. And then I'm going to do a full 5 day. And that's where the madness started.
You got the bug.
I got the
that I think
it's a big bug.
A lot of us do.
It's a big bug.
But again, you had a very, very special motivation to do this for your mum who was suffering cancer.
Yeah.
You raised a lot of money for charity, and I think you raised a lot of just motivation and inspiration in general. I know I was there a few years ago when you did something that I believe nobody else has done, a very, very special double loop.
A double
you just
loop.
wanted to go again.
Yeah, 2017, but it actually started in 2015. Was also a great year. I remember your blisters.
Still got scars.
Yeah, it's then I started with the non-stop and 5 days straight on, and the fun part, what I thought, I don't think you feel the same, but after 440K, I only had 2 blisters, and you had to go to the hospital to treat your hands. So
I remember that well. So this was 2015. You were one of the first, possibly the first, to do the non-stop and then back it up with the 5 day, which at the time everyone thought, well, that's not even humanly possible.
Yeah, so I started the non-stop on Monday, because then now we have weekend stage and they have 2 days in between.
Yes.
But by then, it was you start on Monday for the non-stop and on Wednesday for the 5 days.
So you basically finished, slept for a couple of hours, and then turned around and did the 5 day.
Yeah. And not too bad, actually.
That's, I mean,
better
I'm
than
not
expected.
I don't even know what adjective to use for that. That's just out of this world. And then 2017, you did something even more incredible.
Yeah, there was an idea growing in my head, because I had done the non-stop and 5 days, and I was like, okay, how can I beat this? How can I do more? How can I make people think harder about what I'm doing? And most of all, how you get more attention. And then I was like, something in the beginning of the year, like, is it possible to do a double non-stop in a week? So I was calling to the organization, to Ritske, and I said, I got an idea. I want to do a double non-stop. Is it possible to leave all the signs on so I know the way around for the second time? And so we did, and finished.
So you did 440 kilometers non-stop?
Yeah. 2 days rest in between. because you have to sleep. So I did the non-stop, 2 days of rest in between to refill everything and do it again.
How did you feel at the end of that?
Pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Pretty beat up because the
Mentally,
weather
how did you, like, physically, obviously you're going to be destroyed doing that, but mentally, how did you feel?
mentally was better. The physically was the worst thing. The weather we had last Wednesday, that was about like the 440k.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you have some backwinds from time to time, but it wasn't much. But like I know when I came out, I was standing on the scale and I lost like 4 kilograms in body muscles. Not even fat, because there was already no fat, but I lost 4 kilograms in muscle. My body was eating itself up.
Wow. I got to ask you.
And you were there.
I was there. I remember the
there.
finish, and that was a very emotional moment. Everyone from the event was there.
The finish was so weird. Nobody knows, not a lot of people know this story actually, but it was really funny because we had to finish not the original route, but at the jail at Leeuwarden. And I was finishing there, what was then the official finishing line, and there was nobody there. Like, literally nobody.
I thought everyone had forgotten.
And I won't tell you what was going on in my head, but it was not nice. I was like, okay, where is everybody? Why am I here all alone? You know what I have done. I'm just finishing. There's nobody. And then we have to go to the Stadstrand. You have to pass the low bridges, and then I was hear something, and like everybody was there, and that was where I literally broke.
Yeah. No, that was an emotional moment. I don't think there was a dry eye in the house there. That was very special. Now, your motivation for this event has changed. Your mother unfortunately passed away last year.
December, yeah.
Did you just want to never come back? Like, what was your immediate thought after that?
I didn't have any thoughts. This season has been really difficult. I have been pedaling a lot because I didn't have the motivation. I didn't feel like it. It was really hard to get onto the board, to go training. And still, like you said, I'm just an amateur. I have to work for my money, and all the spare time goes into the pedaling. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like going. There was no motivation, no need for pedaling. So most of the season I've done almost nothing. I have competed, but without any training.
Yeah.
And like a week and a half ago, it was like, yeah, you have to be here because there's no event without you. Okay. That was the whole direction. Okay, thank you very much. I want to be there, yeah.
How does it feel to be back this year?
I have so much fun. It's like really weird. I'm not flying. It feels like flying for me at the moment, but I'm really laughing, joking around and helping others out and finishing. And I saw today I'm in the top 10.
You are actually. Are you sitting top 10 overall
Yeah.
in the Masters Men? You're doing a fantastic job there. So
Amazing, and not even...
you didn't even train for this.
That's for one, but also not expected because I'm just pedaling around and helping people where needed.
Well, how would you, if for someone that's never been here, that's watching online, how would you sum up this event? What's the atmosphere? What's the vibe of this event?
It's pure love. Everybody knows each other. Everybody helps each other out. Like, it's one big family, and you really feel at home from the day you walk in, and that's why you come back every year. That's the bug. That's what I didn't tell you when you sign in for the first time. They don't tell you it's a bug. So yeah, first you fall for it, and then you never leave.
Absolutely.
And we don't like it any other way.
No, it's a very special place here. It's school camp for adults,
Yeah.
as we say. The floating hostels, all the boats that follow the race around where we stay each night. It's very special, and you see
All
the same
people on the side.
all cheering from the bridges and feeding us cookies from the bridges. Always helps, but definitely a very special atmosphere at this race. It's
amazing.
unique.
It's amazing.
But looking ahead, you've got some secret plans you can't reveal just yet. But can you just give us a little teaser? What's going on?
I want to go bigger. I
Yeah.
just want to go on. I want to raise money again for the cancer research. So I'm just planning to go bigger than 440k because we already done it. I'm not gonna do it non-stop, that's for sure. But I want to go big. I want to pedal. I want to get more awareness that there's still a really big disease. It's called cancer, and we know everyone knows someone who has cancer, and unfortunately a lot of people die on it. It took my mom 7 years to fight it, and she didn't win the battle. So, but she's not the only one, and it's hard to miss someone you love. So, I think it's always good to have more awareness.
So you've got a very special project coming up next year, I believe.
I hope next year, yeah.
A little too soon to release the details, but I presume when it gets close, you're going to want a lot of support.
Oh, I know how to reach you.
So any brands out there that want to get in touch with a very, very inspirational fellow, keep the name Mike Kranenburg. Am I saying that correctly?
You're saying it really well.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, you learned.
The first time I got a Dutch name right. So remember Mike Kranenburg, because this man does some very special things. And before we wrap up, I just want to say, we talked about a little bit about this today. We're going to officially induct you here on the evening stage into a brand new club we just made up this week. So basically the 11 City Tour is just over 200 kilometers each year. So if you've done 11 cities, you've done just over 1,000 kilometers. So we decided to create something called the 1K Club for everybody that's done at least 11 cities. Of course, if you've done at least 10, which virtually nobody has, you'd be in the 2K Club. I believe, we've got to go through the results, but I'm very certain there's only two inaugural members, two founding members of the 2K Club. It's Bart de Zwart and yourself.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thanks,
You're
mate.
a founding member of the 11 Cities
How cool.
2K Club. Give this man a round of applause, everybody. Absolutely.